Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and thank you to those who are returning to watch my next update, and also thank you so much to those who are new here. So I'll jump right into stats and then we'll kind of talk about how this week has been. So I am Sam, I am 32 years old, and I am 5'3 3/4. My highest recorded weight was 241 when I entered the bariatric program at OHSU. And I am super excited to report that on Tuesday this week, so yesterday, I was 184. Woo! So last week, I know I came to you guys and I had a 2-pound gain. So that was clearly water retention. And then I had, a little bit of maybe a whoosh. I don't know, like the water leaving my fat cells. I don't know exactly what my body was doing, but I will absolutely take it. I am 5 pounds down this week and that feels really good. So whatever my body is doing, I am super excited about it, and it's nice to see progress. So I'm guessing, I'm trying to kind of see a bit of a pattern, and it's kind of fluctuated, but generally it's like very slow loss, no loss, and then a bit of a, dip in big loss. And big loss, I mean more than like 2 or 3 pounds. In like the 5-6 range. I think the first couple weeks I was like 7 pounds. I lost 7 pounds each week. So that was really nice. And the scale can be frustrating, but like I talked about last week, it's not something that we have to put all of our focus on because there are so many other factors, especially being a female. Hormones play a huge part in our, weight fluctuations. Last week, I know I talked about trying not to weigh every day, and I am trying to still stick to that, like do kind of every other day. It is hard not to weigh when you're seeing the scale move, because then you want to see more, but then that can kind of get you down at the same time if it stops. Or if one day, you had a lot of sodium the day before and the next day it's up, then that can kind of get you down. So it's a double-edged sword. I think it's definitely an accountability tool, but I'm just playing around with kind of how I want to do things. I had been weighing every single day, and now I'm, every other day or so. I don't know. I have too much like OCD to not weigh, like only weigh once a week. That just gives me anxiety thinking about it. So I don't want to go that far out. Maybe when I'm more in like a maintenance range, maybe I'll do something like that. But right now, I just really want to make sure like I'm staying on track, things are going well, and I'm using my tool to the best of my ability. So this week, in terms of food, I had some really good stuff. One of my employees bought a brand new smoker, and so he has been just making tons of different like smoked meats, and that's been awesome. And then I brought in like a pasta dish one day to go with it, and with the steak that he had made. And so that's been kind of fun having, someone at work that, I'm kind of sharing food with and, making healthy meals with. So that's been fun. I had, oh gosh, this was horrible. We used to eat Vietnamese sandwiches like all the time, and they're on those like longer, like French baguettes. They're obviously not French, but because I think most of them make them in, Vietnamese bakeries. They're kind of combined, like a sandwich shop and a bakery. But they're that like harder bread on the outside and then the doughy bread on the inside. And I used to always get just the chicken one, and I would put the veggies on it, which is like carrots and onions, like pickled carrots and onions. And so I had, maybe that much of one. And, I was feeding it to my son, and so I was eating it. I didn't even eat all of the bread in that, piece, and it was well under 4 ounces total. But something with that bread it did not sit well at all. I don't know if I was clumping. I don't know if it just expanded in my pouch and it was really uncomfortable, but I went upstairs and I laid down for a little bit and then I went and threw up. That did not feel good at all. So my body did not like that. I have had bread, but I've had like toast, or I buy those like bagel thins, which are like, you know, not even half an inch, like barely half an inch thick, if that. And I generally will toast those. So they're not as like doughy. And so that was kind of new. And so I went back downstairs and I told my, you know, my husband and my in-laws, like, yep, can't do that. Can't eat that. I just threw it all up. So won't be doing that anymore, but my mother-in-law is so sweet and she made me some dumplings the next day, because those, you know, the bread is soft around it. I don't even eat all of the bread, but I'll eat like half of it just as kind of a treat. But I mostly eat the inside, you know, the meat and veggies on the inside. So she was super sweet and made me some of those, and you know, I can have one and a bit of, you know, the larger dumplings, or if they're pot stickers, I can have like 3 or 4 of them. And, you know, then I start feeling full. But I think when I weighed it out, obviously they're all different sizes because they're handmade, but I think when I weighed out the pot stickers, I could technically have 5, but I could not, like, I think I barely ate 3 the first time we ate them. So yeah, tonight we had homemade wontons, and some Chinese broccoli. So that was really good. You know, when that's cooked, I can eat that really easily, the broccoli. I haven't tried raw broccoli yet, but I could have, you know, cooked Chinese broccoli. That was good. And the wontons were really good, and those sat fine. But yeah, like full bread, even though it's on my plan and I can eat it in moderation, yeah, no, not gonna happen anymore, because that did not feel good. Other than that, food was really good this week. I didn't have any other, you know, weird things happening. Workouts felt really good. I did a few sprint sessions at the gym, and then I ran with my son one day outside, you know, pushing him in the stroller, and that was intense because I live in a very hilly area, and so that was difficult to, you know, push him up the hills and run, but it felt really good. We were coming up this one path, and it's a steady incline all the way up, and I had a goal. I was like, all right, at the bottom, like I took a breath and I stopped for a second, and I was like, all right, I'm running to that tree and not stopping. And so I'm going, and I'm, you know, pumping up, and it was almost like he knew that I needed him to be like, go, because he just started like kind of screaming and, you know, doing his like cute little sounds. And then he kept looking at me through the plastic cover, because the shade has like a plastic square, and he kept looking at me. And then this family was on a walk, and you know, they're waving at him and they're like, keep going, you got this. And that was just really cool to like get pumped up and like run up. So that was cool. So it feels really good to be able to get that cardio back in. I do love swimming, but it's crazy how I have to do so much more swimming to burn the same amount of calories that I could do in like a HIIT session, which, if you guys don't know, HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. So what I do when I do cardio, I generally will only do 3 cardio sessions a week, no more than that, of, you know, high intensity. And that means like full on sprint for 20 seconds, and then 40 seconds I jump to the side of the treadmill and stop and rest. High intensity, you should not be able to do longer than like 20, maybe 30 seconds. And so I really try to stick to that and burn. I mean, I burn more calories doing that for 20 minutes than, you know, I can swim for, you know, 20, 30 minutes. I'd have to swim for like an hour. I mean, it's hard work, don't get me wrong, but it's just, I have to do it for a longer period of time. And then it's hard because I have to wash my hair, because then my hair gets all wet and gets chlorine in it. And it's just like, now I can, throw some dry shampoo in my hair. Like I worked out earlier today and threw some dry shampoo in my hair, and I'm good to go. I can't really do that when my hair's, soaking wet, because even through a swim cap, like the whole bottom half of your hair and then around here, like gets sopping wet. So, yeah, it's just, I guess, more high maintenance. And then, when I run with my son or take my son to the park, those are kind of like steady state cardio days. And those I don't really like plan out in my workout regimen. So yeah, the 3 high intensity cardio days I definitely do. And then every other day of the week, I'm either lifting weights or, I'm taking him on a walk or going to the park with him, something to that nature. So yeah, what other, any non-scale victories this week? So my 14 petite Old Navy pants, when I first bought them, buying the petite, they're definitely like tighter. I noticed that like right when I bought them, because I had a pair of 14s that fit just fine, and I just wanted a second pair for work. And I was like, oh my gosh, they make these jeans that I love in a petite, because I'm short, I'm 5'3", and I have really short stubby legs, so I thought that would be perfect. And they fit completely different than my 14 regulars. I have not fit into those 14 regulars for like over a month. But those 14 petites, they're just too loose now. I cannot even wear them. So when we were able to order work clothes this last session, they gave us jeans. They gave us Levi's. And so I ordered a size 10 and a size 8 because I did not have those 2 sizes in jeans. I had 16s, 14s, and then, jumping to my smaller sizes, I kept all my 6s from before. And I think in a pair of slacks, I had a size 4, which that must have been totally like a weird fit, because a size 4 is crazy small. So I decided to order a 10 and an 8 because I didn't have those sizes, and I don't want to go spend money when I'm, only going to be in a size for, probably at most a month at this point, like when I'm still in like the honeymoon phase. And so those 10s that I ordered for my work pants, they fit. And I'm super excited. And I actually got a compliment on my jeans. Someone at work was like, wow, those jeans look really good on you. Like, you're looking really slim. So that was cool. And, I don't feel like a stuffed sausage in them. So that was, kind of a win. So I think depending on the brand, I'm a 10, 12. It just depends on, the cut and the fit and if they're stretchy or not. I definitely always need stretchy jeans. So that was kind of a non-scale victory of the week. I've been wearing my size 10 Levi's, and they are the Levi 711s. And I do believe that picture that I posted, was it last week or the week before? Maybe I'll just insert it again here. Those were those Levi's. Or if they weren't, then I'll post a different picture here of the Levi's that I'm talking about, because they are a really good fit. If you're kind of curvier on the bottom with, bigger thighs, a bigger butt, and then a smaller waist, they do fit that body style really well. So yeah, that was kind of, what happened this week. It was a really good one. Obviously, I'm feeling good with the progress on the scale, and that just kind of motivates me to keep going, stay on track, because I'm definitely, able to eat foods that aren't necessarily on my plan. Like I talked about, chips and crackers and those types of things. So, just if I'm craving, like last night I wanted cheese and crackers for some reason. I haven't had cheese and crackers since I was like, I don't know, it was probably a few years ago actually, being honest. But we had these, whole wheat Ritz crackers, and so I had a few with some cheese and some meat. So, if I'm craving something, I'll have it in moderation, but that was cool to I guess see that, I can moderate, those things that, are kind of on the naughty list. I'm not completely cutting anything out. I'm just, you know, eating things in moderation and having a balanced diet. So that has been a win for me, because I've never really had a good relationship with food. It's always been very dysfunctional, and so that was a good win. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next week for my 4-month update. Cannot believe it, but I'm also going to take measurements, so I will come back and let you guys know how we weigh in. So have a good one. Bye bye.